Hello everybody and welcome to a Rangers review special for you this afternoon as we look ahead to a very special event that is taking place over in Dubai at the end of the month, the Legends Weekend taking place over there. It brings me great joy to say that we're joined first of all by Colin McCabe, who is part of the Dubai Loyal Rangers Supporters Club. How goes it, Colin?
Very good, Derek. Thanks for having us. Yeah, all good, and just doing our best to prepare for the event that's coming up, and off the back of a very nice weekend as well.
Yeah. And one of the legends heading over is the man you can see on your screen, folks, the great Mark Hateley. How goes it, Mark?
We're all good, Derek. Yeah. As I say, we're just recovering from the weekend still. That's what we're doing. Recovering from the weekend and preparing for the next storm that's just about to breeze in. So Colin will know nothing about storms and freezing cold weather as he's sat there in his underpants and his shirt.
and his aircon, I guess, which is on that full whack. What's the weather like down there at the moment in Dubai, Colin? I guess it's very much not like what we are experiencing.
Yeah, no, it's nothing like what you're experiencing, and I don't want to sicken everybody, but it's probably the coolest time of year at this point. But I heard on the radio it gets up to 24 in the middle of the day. So, no, it's actually the nicest weather you get out here this time of year. Between really sort of end of November right through to February, it's really nice weather. So it's definitely describe it as taps off back home. But it's kind of cool in the morning, and it gets warm in the afternoon if you're in the sun. But generally, it's pleasant. It's if anybody's been out in Dubai in the summer, it's really horrible weather. It's claustrophobic. It's
relentless.
Yeah, it's not nice being outside. But this time of year, it's the best time of year to be out here. We get a bit of rain, so we had a little bit of flooding just between Christmas and New Year. Just before Christmas. So everyone was told to work from home for one of the days, but that's kind of once in every 3 months you get that.
I was going to say everybody worked from home in Scotland, wasn't it? If it's a raining day.
Yeah, you'd never get the house. So yeah. So no, it's a nice time of year.
Yeah, nice bit of winter sun, absolutely. And folk can enjoy that when they head out to what is going to be it looks like a spectacular event. Colin, first of all, for maybe folks that are tuning in that are unfamiliar with the Dubai Loyal RSC, can you tell us a wee bit about the club itself, how long it's been running, that sort of thing, how many members attend? Because I know I seen a video you popped out over the weekend, and there was a fair few bears watching that game.
Yeah, we had 175 in the bar on Saturday, which certainly for the last few years has been a bit of a record. During COVID, when everyone was trapped here, I think for the couple of games, we got up to like 300 across like 3 different bars, and everybody was supposed to be socially distanced, but not quite. But yeah, I mean, at that peak, at 55, and round about that time, we must have had easily 200 members, and we had across 3 bars at certain Celtic games, which are always the busiest. Obviously, everybody kind of comes out of the woodwork for these games. It was bouncing, but the club itself, in various forms and various locations, it's been going since the mid '90s. I think initially, like, probably videos getting sent out, and then like watching on satellite. And I've heard a few stories about they had to capture the satellite at the right time and start moving it about to watch the games. And obviously, as you came into the 2000s, it became a bit more established, and you could get the games. And then we get all the games on our TV now. So when we can, and local broadcasters for the European games. So, but yeah, certainly there's been a proper sort of Desert Bears Dubai Loyal since the late 90s. We've been in various bars. Biggles sat down next to the airport, and then Centre Circle for many years. We moved to Donatello in Al Barsha for a year or two, round about the 55, and then the bar that we're in more recently, I think this is now our 3rd season, 23rd Street, which again is in the El Barsha part of Dubai. So it's a decent sized bar, with plenty of televisions, the bevies, as they like to say out here. We tend to do brunches for busier games. This time of year, the midweek games are sort of midnight kickoff, so it can be a bit of a struggle for everybody to get down for these games. But I'm sure it's a single game, I think we're quite proud of that. There's always at least one person in the bar watching a Rangers game when they're on. So, but like I said, you look forward to the big set pieces, which is like cup finals, big European matches, Old Firm matches, and Saturday really took some beating, because it was at half time everybody's down in the dumps. You just thought another false dawn had come towards us, and then by the end of it, like you see, you saw the videos, it was just unbelievable.
I was never in doubt, Colin.
yeah, I'm sure. And it's funny. I'm sure we'll come on to it specifically, but you start the game, you think reasonably well, and then by half time you're just looking at another sort of disaster. But no, to win it the way we did, and then the party started, so it was a lot of fun. So yeah, membership numbers, and I think just with how the team's been doing over the last couple of years, it's it can go up and down. We're always at least 100 now, but we've seen it at 250 again during the when Gerard was there. But equally, Dubai's a fairly transient place, so people come and go. Yeah. So a lot of the guys that I used to go to the club with when I came out here, and I've been out here 13 years now, they've either moved on or retired or whatever. So, but there's obviously a lot of people moved to Dubai, more so in the last 2 or 3 years from the UK. So numbers have always been fairly buoyant, and like you say, you get 175 on Saturday, but our membership, and I think actually we've got a WhatsApp group of about 230, 240 on it. So it's a good community out here.
Yeah. So tell us about this great event that you guys are hosting, that Mark is a part of. What can people expect on that weekend that's approaching at the end of the month?
Yeah, we've put out a branding saying it's the Dubai Loyals Legend Weekend, but the Icon Edition. And I think when you see the names that are there, Mark, Ian Durant, and Graham Souness, they are icons, certainly for people of my generation. I grew up with these guys, and I don't mind, I've said it a couple of times in front of Mark now, but just being in the same room as these guys just gives you goosebumps even thinking about it. So I suppose a little bit of history about how we've kind of come to this point. We had Mark out last year with Big Jig and Tomo, which was a good few days. The year before, with Derek Johnson, Colin Steen, Mark Walters, Nigel Spackman, Dale Gordon lives locally. He came tonight, and that was a real good laugh. So over the last few years, we've tried to keep it going, tried to keep a sort of Legends weekend. I happened to be back in August for a match. I was fortunate enough to be in the Thornton Suite. Had a chat with Mark in the trophy room, and I said, right, who are we getting for this year? And Mark quite nonchalantly said, oh, well, why don't you ask Suey? And I was like, well, why don't we? And I was like, well, is he here? And he's like, oh, yeah, he's in the blue room. And I was like, I literally went to bits. I mean, it was enough standing with Mark, my wife, in the trophy room as it was. But when he mentioned Graham Souness, I was just like, right, let's do this. So once I came back, I had a word with the committee, got back in touch with Mark and said, can we do this? Thankfully, we found a date that we could get all three of the guys, and we just started putting it together from there. So it's going to be over 3 days. So Friday the 30th of January, 31st and the 1st of February. The Friday night is a kind of big showpiece. It's a Q&A in one of the local hotels. Just so happens it's walking distance from my house, which is a pure coincidence.
Oh, on then.
Staggering distance.
Yeah.
But at the end, yeah. It's a really nice hotel. So we've taken a section of the ballroom. We'll have a sort of semi-formal, it's not a formal night, but a semi-formal night. We've got David Edgar hosting it, Robin Keane, the singer. She is also going to come out and sing for us throughout the night. And then, as I say, the three icons of the club, and we'll hear all the stories, so individual stories and also stories that run through the three of them. And then once everybody's sobered up a little bit, on the Saturday afternoon, probably from 1 o'clock, but actually formal start time will be 2 p.m. Again, at a local hotel, the West Inn at Mina Siahi, there's one of these golf simulator clubs in there, 5 irons, so struck a nice little deal with them. It's more of a laid-back sort of family event. Kids will be there, partners. Again, just to mix and mingle with the guys. Again, Robin will be singing. I think David will probably do a couple of little short interviews, introductions. But it's more of a sort of rub shoulders with the guys sort of event, and it'll be another. Really looking forward to that. And then on the Sunday, we've got a golf match at Arabian Ranches Golf Club, so that's a 1 p.m. tea time. Again, it will be like good laugh, laid back, and we'll do the round of golf and then get the prizes and whatnot with the guys afterwards. So I think by that time everybody will be just in bits, just spending time with these guys. So
yeah,
but yeah, so it's intense. But when you bring the guys over from back home, then you kind of got to squeeze quite a bit in the time that we've got with them. So everyone's really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we're coming over. Don't forget to watch the Porto game in the supporters club.
That's right.
Right. So on the Thursday.
Actually, yeah. So we'll have the guys will be in. Probably just be a very brief introduction.
Casual,
and then,
yeah.
And then the Porto game. It's quite a late night one. It's a midnight kick-off here, so people still will have work on the Friday. So and then after the golf, we've got on the Sunday, we've got the watch along with the guys. It's the Rangers Hibs game, so that's a 3 o'clock kickoff, I'm sure. Yeah. So 7 o'clock out here. So that just ties in nicely when the golf finishes. We'll make our way back from Arabian Ranches Golf Club, and we'll have the farewell drinks and match that night as well.
Yeah, Mark, I wanted to ask you about the two legends that will be alongside you at this event. You and Durante had a great relationship on the park. Why did you guys work so well together back in your playing days?
Yeah, basically just for the love of football, I think, and the process of playing the game and winning the game, that was always important to me, and also the boys I played with always wanted to win the game.
Yeah.
Jasper and Durant, one of the most talented players that you could play with. Find a pass from anywhere on the pitch, and it was always a forward pass. So that's what you want, strikers. Anything in behind or to feet, and another striker like Alistair moving off me. We knew what was coming, and as I say, the year Alistair broke his leg, Jasper played a big part in that team. As a false 9, do you know what I mean? Just playing sort of behind me, then going beyond. Yeah, it was an absolute pleasure to play with him, and he's that cheeky chap as well. It's always a good conversation on the pitch with him. I was just listening to Colin there about the golf's going to be all laid back and all casual. You ever seen Graham Souness playing golf?
Well, you won it last year, so that's his challenge. You were in the winning team. You were in the winning team last year at Jebel Ali, so Graham's got to outdo you.
Back to retain it.
What about Souness then, Mark? Talk to us, when he brought you to the club. He tried to bring you to Rangers prior to that, didn't he?
Yeah, 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times he attempted to draw me back to the UK. It was never the right time for me, and the way I saw myself as a player, I wasn't developed enough. I was going to, was looking to be back with the kids and all that lot by the time I was 28, and then ply my trade somewhere in Britain when it was the full package sort of stuff. And that opportunity came literally by chance. We bumped into each other at the Grand Prix in May, and Graham was over with David Murray and a couple of other directors just to watch the Italia 90 World Cup. So Scotland were playing in Genoa, so Genoa's just around the corner from Monaco, and literally bumped into him with the kids, taking the kids out for an ice cream, and he approached me and just said, I knew exactly where you were. You're just back on the pitch, not playing any game sort of stuff because of the long injury I'd had. But he would love me to, he had obviously the faith, and he knew, my mentality in where I was and what I was going to do when I was back anyway, sort of stuff. So, trust and loyalty. That's Graham all the way through with all these players, and vice versa. In my line of work, is all trust and loyalty. So a couple of days, made the decision, and just said, I'm up, sign me up. He was away. I put a little letter in his ducket at reception, and I just said, call that number and I'll be over, sort of stuff. Literally, it happened just like that. So boom, as quick as that.
The rest is history.
The rest is history, they say. Yeah.
You came up against him, of course, when you spent time at Milan. He was at Sampdoria. Did you ever play against him as well, Mark, when you're down south, when he was at Liverpool back in the day?
Yes, I played when I was a young boy at Coventry City. 18-year-old, 17, 18-year-old. We had a coming together in one of my first games at Anfield. I missed a penalty in the last 10 minutes or something, and we lost the game 1-0. But we had it coming together. I'm going to say first 10 minutes of the game. I didn't play shin pads or anything back then, and he sort of, slightly over the top of the ball, as we say. Good old-fashioned tackle.
Lefty's Mark.
Yeah, good old-fashioned tackle. So the tackle was high, and it was a bit of claret on my shin after it hit me, and it was a sore one. But when you're a young boy, you jump up and shake it off and all that sort of stuff. Then literally 15 minutes later, another great captain who unfortunately has passed away today, Terry Orrath. Another great man, a tough man. Welsh captain and Welsh international, and my captain at Coventry. He was bounced over my head, and it dropped between him and Graham Souness, and it couldn't have dropped between two fiercer players, both of equal madness. I'm saying. So I thought, if I play this right, I could have a bit of this, right? So I waited for them both to extend their leg and Graham's leg, and I sort of put my studs right under his right testicle. Would be a fair assumption of a reasonably high tackle.
Yeah,
as they say. And
how about that?
Went all the way down to his ankle, and you know how he is, prim and proper, proper shin pads on, socks up, and shirt tucked in, looked immaculate. So ripped all his socks off and got my own back. But I thought I felt really good for about 5 seconds, and I thought, shit, what have I done? So that was my first introduction to Graham Souness. But he remembered that as a 17, 18-year-old. That was, I'm not bothered who you are. You're going to get it, and that was it. And he got me. Yeah,
and of course, I mean, like you do a lot of these events. We did an event back down in London a couple of years ago, which was fantastic. Do you enjoy meeting the Rangers fans, I guess, and reminiscing about the glory days?
Yeah, I mean, listen. Sometimes you probably. The team I played in is probably the fault of everything that's gone after, because everything is judged and measured by what we did. Yeah, and the bar was set very, very high. And it's an unfortunate thing, but players will always be measured against players from an era that you probably never get again. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Spoiled.
They're spoiled, and the guys that are at the football club now, that are in and around it with hospitality and that, and partners and sponsors, they're of that ilk and that era. Yeah. So that's all they do remember. So it's I mean, I love mingling with with doing the sort of the ambassador or ambassadorial role, where you get to talk to everybody in hospitality, the fans and what have you. You get to go in the fan zone and speak to them, and it's nice to be able to give something back and mix, as we did in the day. We was always at supporters clubs. Walter wanted us to go out. Graham wanted us to go out and mix and have that affiliation with supporters, the understanding between the two. It was a close bond between that and the team I played in and the supporters back in the day. And that's, you probably go a little bit 25% more in your game when you know the person that you've just been to see in the supporters club, having a pint with them and all that sort of stuff, and how much it means to them.
Yeah,
and as I say, we had a great relationship, and I'd like to see that come back actually to Rangers football, back in the players back into the community and into the supporters clubs that support us year in year out, and spend a lot of money.
It's a very good shout, actually. I mean, fast forwarding to the here and now, I'll start with you, Mark. Do you think? I mean, that was a big result last weekend, followed up with the victory over Aberdeen. Big game coming up, of course, on Sunday. But Danny Rohl worked wonders so far. How do you see the season sort of shaping up? It's been one of those ones where it's full of twists and turns, and I fully expect a few more by the time May comes around.
I'm going to say we're still in the championship fight. Absolutely, 100%. I felt really comfortable going to Parkhead at the weekend there. The way that Danny is and approaches, he's not a reactive manager. He's a proactive manager, which I love. He'll change something before it needs changing.
Yeah.
He's a highly driven young man. As everybody says, is the lack of experience and all that sort of stuff. Which I played for an Arsene Wenger when Arsene Wenger was literally 34 years old at Monaco.
Yeah,
and he had the likes of Battiston and myself, Ramon Diaz, and all these international players, Glenn Hoddle, that he had to coach, manage, and take forward. With literally, I'm going to say 4 years of coaching under his belt. Danny is a driven man, not afraid to call people out, which is a good thing. Long may this run continue. I think Danny knows what he wants, what he needs. I'm going to say Andrew. We've had conversations with Andrew, the ambassadors, and he's sort of, we're on the same sort of page. If you want to call it that, and we're heading in the right direction. And Danny and Andrew Cavenagh, they talk regularly, which is a good thing. And as I say, Andrew spoke to us, and he spoke to all the ambassadors around one table, and the characters we just say it, from our experiences, and we don't pull any punches. So you heard a lot of home truths, which is taken on board, as you would do as a clever man that he is. And they are now working very closely together, Andrew and Danny. So we're going in the right direction. I think the fans can see that. I think we're probably 4 or 5 players short of having a really decent side. Which that will be hopefully addressed this window, the summer, and the windows to come. So that's where we are right now. So there's a lot of mess to clear up, but he has definitely, in my eyes, made an incredible impression in a very, very short space of time.
Yeah, totally agree. It's good to hear. Colin, I guess you would echo that? Is there a lot of optimism amongst the members of the club that things could turn out pretty rosy under Danny Rohl at the helm?
Yeah, I mean, the contrast between Danny Rohl and the previous manager is night and day. When you see what the manager now is getting out of the players compared to Russell Martin, it's incredible actually. So no, long may it continue. And I think there was obviously disappointment following the Hearts match, but being realistic, where we've come from to where we are right now, and Sunday's another massive match. it's, we would have bit your hand off for this 2 months ago.
Oh.
So I think we've just got to hope that, that as Mark says, in January, we can add to the squad, tighten up a little bit. I think make it almost like a bit, I don't know what the word is, more professional. It seemed to be a sort of, it seemed to be lax at some points in the season, even at points in the game on Saturday. So yeah, if we can kind of iron out these issues with a few new players, then I think the second half of the season is going to be really, really tasty.
Yeah, most for sure. This event coming up, Colin, can people still sign up to come along?
Yeah, if you go to any of our social media, including our website, dubailoyal.com, we're on Instagram, X, and also Facebook. There's a link there to a form. We're on the back end of that. We'll send you a payment link straight away. So there are still some places left. So feel free to have a look at it. And certainly, if you're local here in Dubai, or if you're in the region, then it's obviously a hop, skip, and a jump to get here from any of the Gulf nations. And if people do want to go that extra mile from Scotland, then it'll be much appreciated, definitely. So yeah, go to our social media and pick up as I say, the online form, and we can get you signed up from that point there.
Good stuff. We'll pop the links in the description below this video. Mark, before we go, I love that. I love the shrine that you're sat in. You're at the tops behind you there from your playing days. The Rangers, Monaco, FC Milan. What's the other ones? Is that?
That's a World Cup 1966 World Cup shirt signed by all the players, which was given to me by a good friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good one. That one there is the Aberdeen game.
Yeah.
That one is a league-winning shirt, and that was my first England shirt.
Ah, superb!
Signed by everybody that was played that day, and Sir Bobby Robson on top of that. So that's good. Just a couple of shirts up there, just hanging around. Yeah, just
very impressive.
My good lady Rohl pushes me in here and just shuts the door, and that's it. That's me. Yeah,
I could spend hours in there. Yeah, absolutely sensational stuff. But guys, it's been great having you on. I wish you all the very best for the event come at the end of the month. I hope it goes swimmingly well for the both of you.
Cheers, Derek. Take care.
Thanks very much for having us on, Derek. Yeah. Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Cheers, lads.
Ta-ra, mate. Bye-bye.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.